Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
All right. I promise y'all I'll be back today. I literally forgot. So my bad. I lost track of time. Sorry. So sorry. But we're going to get it started. I'm going to put out some stuff on Instagram. Let everybody know I'm live right now. And then I put the link in. So heard on. Hope everybody had a good day. Hope it was chill. You know, mine was chill. I didn't really. Everybody was gone today. I was home alone today, except for me and my pops. We was the only ones here. We was in here napping, just and you're just chilling and enjoying the silence. Let me see. Hello, Keenan. How are you? I promise everybody today that they can come over here and just y'all can voice your frustrations or vent, whatever you want to do. Donnie's here. Hello, Donnie. I'll put the link in a second. I'm okay. I had a pretty decent day today. Let me go ahead and put this. Hold on a second. Live on YouTube. Chit chats. Dara came in our group chat and was like, Tiffany, how'd you late to your own shit? And I said, child, because I forgot. I am so sorry. I generally was enjoying the peace and quiet. And I really was. So I was like, it's so peaceful. What was I supposed to be doing? I was supposed to be doing something. When I was supposed to be doing something, I was. As soon as Don came there, I said, oh, bitch, I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be on him having a conversation with my peoples or letting my peoples talk because I talked enough to everybody yesterday. So I'm going to post this and then I'm going to make a post over here on Instagram. Make sure I get as many people in here that want to talk as possible. You know what I'm saying? Let me put the link in and y'all can see. You know, I got you, babes. I'm gonna answer your question in just a second. Give me a minute. One minute. Click the link in bio or on my stories. All right. So, hello, Hiram. How are you? Let me turn that off. That's my phone. Okay. Hello, Hiram. Nika, Kayla, B. Jeffers, Keenan, of course. Hello. So, Keenan asked, which 5 young talent, men or women? I can't.
Hey, bitches.
Which 5 young men or women do you think could benefit from being a Paul Heyman guy in the near future? Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
I think he
Braun
could.
Breaker easily.
Ethan Page. Ethan Page would really eat as a Paul Heyman guy because he got that slimy ass character.
Lola Vice.
To a T.
You heard what I said?
Hmm?
Lola Vice.
Really?
Yeah.
I would put him with Izzy Dame before I put him with Lola. Lola don't need as much help as Izzy do.
Well, it's not so much the help, so much more just him backing her because of what she can do. Well, he said benefit. Okay, never mind. Not
hey,
Lola.
y'all.
Who could benefit? Lash could benefit.
I wouldn't put Lash with him.
She had to be slimy. Or who's
I wanted to be somebody who could benefit, but also somebody, if they break off from him, they benefit from him, but they break off, they can still be on their own merit. Because I feel like Lash's persona would overshadow Paul Heyman.
Well, then it could trickle down to CM Punk kids. Where's CJ at?
Um,
I think
who
Cora
else
would
could
benefit.
benefit? Cora could. I agree with Cora. She was tearing
Um,
Lola Bites up on Tuesday. She said, "You ain't gonna do nothing but shake your ass with it anyway." I was messed up.
oddly enough, Ludwig could benefit.
Who?
Ludwig.
Kaiser.
Okay.
Who else?
So, like, in what capacity we talking about? Like the way he was with CM Punk back in the day, like how he is with Roman, like how he is with Brock Lesnar, or are we talking about like behind the scenes?
For what, Ludwig?
No, just
Oh,
for
for the
Paul
question.
Heyman.
Yeah, that's a good question for a question.
Because if we're talking about like on-screen character work, adding to them, I think Braun Breaker is the best pick for that.
Yeah.
Especially if he gotta stay in this heel realm. Yeah, I think that's his best route. On the women's side, I do agree with Don. I think Cora Jade is a good pick.
I think she's perfect.
Who else? Cora. I still stand by Izzy Dane being the other one.
If it's like, go ahead.
I think Izzy have potential, but I think her problem is a lot of her character work don't resonate with people, whether she's a heel or a face. She hasn't really been a face yet, but her heel work just don't resonate with people, and she don't have no it factor. She's a good athlete. She's good at what she does, but she just doesn't. There's something Izzy's missing. Ring wise, I think she's okay. Time will get there. She'll improve, but there's something missing with her, and her being with Shawn Spears ain't helping. To be honest.
So, if we do this the way that Paul is with Roman, then I would say Jade.
You know what? I'm not mad at that.
She can talk, and then he could be like, Miss Jade, if I please. And she be like, no, you may not. And
cut the shit.
Storm.
Very much giving him Tony Schiavone vibes.
It's Miss Cargill.
Right.
It's about to be Miss C because you're disrespectful.
Oh, okay. So can you
my first
clarify?
name.
He said, for me, I mean like people who struggle with
promos and their character.
Or their character that could benefit from it, then Izzy was the pick that I'm going with. Because Cora don't need no help with her character work.
I mean, Jade don't really need help, but she could be a lot smoother.
I think that Jade having Paul Heyman in her corner would lend some credibility to her heel work if she was a heel. It's just like Roman. He really don't need Paul Heyman, but it adds some pizzazz to Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I get where Don's coming from. That makes sense to me. I don't have a problem with that. But since Keenan clarified and he made it
someone that was struggling in their promos.
Yeah, Brian Breaker struggles with promos all the time, so he still is one of my people.
I mean, he better than Tiffany.
I would.
That's who could benefit.
Hell no, I'm not watching Paul Heyman.
Because it would be like he would have to get her in line.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that bitch. Shit. Fuck that bitch. I'm not doing that. No.
No, absolutely not.
Oh no. Scratch all that.
CM Punk could benefit with Paul Heyman. with him because every time Paul has a Heyman guy, they would win the big matches and win titles. Well, it seemed like CM Punk's doing pretty good without him.
Punk has already, and he's already had him.
And he's got him now. That was the whole point of what we saw on Friday.
Keyword for now.
I would say Jordan or Zarya could benefit of being a Paul Heyman woman.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
How are you guys?
I'm good. Zarya. I don't know. I'm trying to picture it. Is it possible? Is it possible? Yes. Do I think that it is something that has to happen? Not necessarily. I don't know. I feel like Zarya and Jordan do pretty good on their own. And once Zarya get out this,
for Jordan Grace, he can be where he was to CM Punk.
I mean, if she's a heel, yeah, but like,
yeah. I don't know, as an anti-hero, if you can go Carmella, you can do Kaylani.
I mean, fair. But Carmelo got Kaylani's arrogant enough right now. It would work. But Carmelo just has that.
Yeah, she just need.
You get what I'm saying?
It just
right.
off of her.
Right.
However, Kaylani is getting the formula together.
She is.
I can see it coming. If it's not gonna be Cora Jade, it's
gonna be Kaylani. Yeah.
She better be 2-time. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Kaylani, and I pet Kaylani the moment she stepped in there. As soon as I saw her in the ring, I was like, oh yeah, Kaylani got it.
Get it, Lonnie. Get it, Lonnie.
I don't know about I'd rather Cora have it if I'm being fair. And I don't even really care for Cora Jade like that, but I would rather Cora Jade get it.
Because what's next after the spring break in or something?
Yeah. Or it'll be that, and then a few months it'll be Great American Bash.
She can take it from her there. It's okay.
I wish they would bring back In Your House. They used to do In Your House. And they stopped doing it.
Yeah, the last time they did it was when they changed titles.
Yeah.
From the white to black.
That was when, well, last time I remember it, Io was going up against Rhea, if I recall. Because she jumped off the house onto Rhea. Wasn't Rhea and Charlotte in that match?
Yeah, it was a triple threat.
It was a triple threat. Shayna Baszler, that I can understand.
No, it was in 2022.
I don't mind Shayna.
That's when Mandy was there.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last time.
That was the last time they did In Your House.
They went from the rainbow belts to the solid belts.
Yeah.
And from
Shayna would benefit from being a Paul Heyman girl. I do agree with that.
I remember one time it was SummerSlam 2014. How the MMA 4 Horsemen were there. I think one of them was wearing a Paul Heyman girl shirt. I mean, it could have fit, but you know.
I bet money it was Mercedes that was wearing the shirt.
No, it was the MMA 4 Horsemen.
Oh.
I think it was the tall one, Jasmine Duke or something like that.
Neither one of them could wrestle, so.
No, I mean, they needed a mic person, but you know, you catch my drift.
Well, Marina Shaffer is over there in AEW, still stinking up the joint. So she married to Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong, one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, and I don't understand. I'm like, you literally got in-house training, sis. Like, what's happening?
Cause he be lying.
What do y'all think about Miro and Ray Phoenix coming back? Is that 4? Is that what the 4 is? Is that Miro? Because I thought it was Aleister Black.
And most likely it's gonna be Alice Black, and I'm here for it.
I thought that 4 was Aleister because it was real dark and brooded, and it just seems like Aleister Black's aesthetic. You know what I'm saying?
Because Rusev, he was aggressive, but he's not that dark like Alistair was.
He don't need to come in as Miro. Come back as Rusev.
I think he will come back as Rusev. I don't really care about Rusev.
I'm like, oh my god, he's back from vacation.
Right. I don't really care about Rusev coming back. No shade.
I'm not gonna care if you do something.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, Rusev. I'm just be like, okay, good for him.
Until he do something about it.
Yeah.
When he do something about it.
I'd be curious to see how they're gonna utilize him, how that's gonna play out. That mid-card division will be stacked if he go wherever he goes. I will say that he's a former US champ. And I believe he had the IC title at one point.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. Let me
Don't
look.
quote me.
I know he was US champ.
US champ, tag champ.
Okay. Oh, he's Bulgarian. Okay.
Yeah.
Tiffany, where you been at?
Child, I didn't know what I didn't know what he was. Hell, I didn't ask. I wasn't trying to figure it out.
I think that was his whole shtick when he was.
Well, you did say you stopped watching at some point, right?
I stopped watching during the heavy rain that he had.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it, so I was in and out. I popped in and out. I do remember them calling him the Bulgarian Brute. I do remember that. When I really started watching again, he was running around with
Lana.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Aiden
English.
That was
Rusev Day. Oh.
Yep, that's when I started watching it, when he slowly started to turn to a face, and then they had that one night in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I still get hype about it.
That one night in Milwaukee shit is funny. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, so WWE. Oh no, he was just US champion. He was US champion 3 times.
That's not bad.
3 times he was US champion. Really?
Yeah, he had that shit going on. And then when they got to what happened around, he was in the League of Nations. After that, it was just like, what's going on?
I can see him versus Jacob post-Mania. You know what? I don't have a problem with him facing off against Jacob as long as Jacob whoop his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like everyone's gonna get their ass whooped by Jacob out too, because that man is scary.
Him managing Austin and Grayson could do wonders for them. I would cry.
In a way, like, why?
I would cry. Cry. First of all, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller need to split up.
They split up.
Austin needs to have a face run that's actually good.
Yeah.
Like, give Austin a face run, because he would work really well as a face. I don't know why they keep tethering him to Grayson Waller. I don't get it.
They don't need each other.
Because Grayson, I get it in the beginning. Austin had the tenure. Grayson was new. So they was like, okay, we don't really have, like, we're not going to put Grayson in title contingency. Let's make them a tag team. It worked. They was annoying enough, but they had good ring work together. The whole teasing of them breaking up, maybe, will they, won't they, is getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
Just split them apart.
Just do it.
Split them apart. Put Grayson on Raw. Leave Theory on SmackDown. And then if you're going to put the title on him, the U.S. Championship, let him run with the U.S. Championship for a little bit. As a face. Not as a heel. As a face. He can have, if you could turn LA Knight heel, have LA Knight and him have a battle. You can have him going up against Santos Escobar and have a nice little feud with them. Like, you could set this up so that it works. You got enough people on that roster to really give that mid card some legs. But you got to start pushing it out there. Like, Ray Phoenix is right there. More than likely,
Raw now.
if Penta gets the title on Raw, Ray Phoenix is probably going to be the next one to get that championship. Which I'm not mad at. But at the same time, like, I want to see some feuds in the mid-card division. I want to see some fun. Like, what we saw with Ludwig Kaiser, Brian Breaker, Pete Dunne, who else? Sheamus. We ain't seen Sheamus in a while. Like, that was fun. That mid-card.
I was about to say yes, I have, but it was on the game.
That nigga. Bronson Reed. When Bronson Reed was there, Bronson Reed was causing chaos in that mid-card division.
That big bitch.
Messing people up.
So,
I miss him though. I miss his chaos.
I do. I ain't gonna lie. I give Bronson Reed his credit. You was entertaining on the internet acting a fool, but you was entertaining. Said my prediction, and sorry that I'm too early. No, we 2 weeks out from Mania. You're not too early. You cool. Yeah, I'm fine.
all right, hold on.
Junior, come here, sweetheart. My prediction is sorry I'm too early, but I would say that Jacob will win the U.S. title against LA Knight if Braun Strowman don't interfere, and I think Jey Uso could bring the title back too. Oh, Jey Uso getting that championship.
Yeah, ain't no cool about it.
Capri Sun's downstairs.
He will.
Jey Uso getting the championship, and I do believe that Jacob Fatu is going to be champion as well.
No,
take all of them.
Get one out there.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome. Okay. Sorry to say this too early, but at Mania, okay, I saw it. I got you. Yeah. I think they're both going to win. No shade to LA Knight. I love LA Knight when he's champ. Yeah. I love LA Knight. But Jacob got the juice.
Hey, ooh, wow. Hey, Tiff.
Excuse me.
Oh my God.
You're excused, Donnie.
Wow.
Hey,
I don't know where that came from, child.
hey, Tiff.
The sternum.
Hey, Tiff.
Very much.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Could I just say something real quick, and maybe off that, but can I just say something real quick?
Sure.
Hey Tiff, I want to apologize for how as I was being aggressive in the group chat. I was not trying to be that way, so I apologize.
It's okay.
I was trying to come into the live yesterday, like let me in. IG would have let me in.
I can control what
I know.
IG does. I barely was able to get Alexis in there.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to apologize that if I seem aggressive in the group chat, it was not my intention. Sorry.
It's okay. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm bored. I was supposed to go out, but it's raining and it's just a mess. So yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk about what I wanted to say about Tiffany in the segment last night. Like, she got me effed up. How are you gonna say all that shit and run away?
Well, they want to get her ass whooped.
Because she's scary.
And if you want, and Kaiser, boo boo. Even if she tried, try to have the last word, boo, you were not all that.
Well, everybody else didn't think that she ate, so
she didn't.
I said, okay.
You know why she didn't really eat? Because it's the same thing. It's like
They
same
said
shit,
she
different
ate
term.
when Charlotte think that the number one Nepo baby and Nepo queen was not a bar.
It is. It is a bar. Like honestly, I
Okay, okay.
can't. If it wasn't for that crowd, Charlotte would have ate her ass up.
Yeah.
Roman, the Usos, Jacob, Randy
Yeah.
Orton, Cody Rhodes. They all Nepo babies.
All of them, but y'all, and they don't get hit. I think the only person who might have got a little bit of heat that's not Charlotte, that's a guy who's a Nepo baby, is probably Randy. Because Randy was a menace back in the day.
It should have been fire.
I think there's a couple times
No.
he almost got fired.
Okay. Jay has to bring that Elimination Chamber against Roman Reigns match type of guy out because if someone hurt my brother like that, Jay got to get it back in blood.
Oh, you want to hear something that came in my mind after what happened to Jimmy?
What happened?
His thing. He has nothing to do with currently right now, but if I'm petty, which I am, and if I'm Jay, I will get love with Kaiser and beat his ass in front of Gunther.
Gunther don't give a shit about Kaiser.
Ah, damn, I forgot. Yeah,
You
Okay,
know.
because Kaiser been
But-
getting his ass beat.
Yep.
but it's more. I thought of it like a guilty of by association mentality. But okay.
I mean, yes, but
He-
he distinctly told him, like, don't come back into my face unless you start winning some shit.
The problem with Tiffany Stratton is not that she is rough on the microphone because here's the thing. It was easy for her to go out there in Chicago because nobody was booing her. Not booing her to the point where she couldn't talk. So Charlotte was just like, well, this I gotta, pivot. She like, well, since Chicago won't let me talk, you gonna have the last laugh. Tiffany used that, and then she dug in her heels and started using her personal shit. So everybody was like, well, Charlotte did it first. And I was like, I don't think y'all listened when Charlotte cut her promos. Charlotte made it very much about their ring work and her trying to take her spot. That is career. That is your professional business. That has nothing to do with who she's laying down with, whether she's alone, whether she's happy, or any of that shit. That has nothing to do with that. But it's strange how you equate. The funny thing is, y'all are so busy thinking about the punchline, you don't think about how childish her mindset is. You believe that because she's 3 times divorced, that she's always going to end up alone. But it take a strong bitch to walk away from shit that ain't working right.
Mm.
You to seem like the type of hoe that'll stick it out no matter what, because you young and you dumb. Charlotte is of age, but she ain't that much older. She and I are the same age. When you get to a point in life where you with somebody and shit just ain't working, you got to leave. I'm walking. If you are at close to 40, you don't have time to be trying to fix shit and stick it out.
And
unless you already married and you in your relationship and y'all together and y'all lives are intertwined, unless that's the way that works. If you are 40 and you're not married and you done divorced somebody because of something that's going on in your marriage, that's not making it sound like you're gonna be alone forever. And what's really weird is that y'all equate loneliness, y'all equate being single with loneliness. That's crazy. It also, like I said, it speaks to your mindset. If you are able to be alone and love yourself and enjoy being with yourself, being alone is not a punishment, honey.
I thought it was.
But it is for a 25-year-old who ain't never experienced nothing. You wet behind the ears, Similac breath, baby ass child. You have not experienced life yet. So you don't know. But it's okay. Because here's how this is going to play out. Okay? If Tiffany Stratton loses, every person on the internet is going to say Charlotte threw her weight around because of that promo. And that's why Tiffany Stratton lost at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. It's coming. And I'm just going to sit here.
That was her punishment.
Exactly. They're gonna be like, she got punished for saying what she said against Charlotte. And I'm just gonna be like, she was gonna lose whether she cut this promo or not.
You a fool to believe if she was.
Now, if she wins, let's say she wins, they could run this back at Backlash and Charlotte could still get the championship. I'd be petty. I would. I know.
How so?
I would have her lose at Mania. And then I would make them run it back at Backlash and she would lose again.
Do you think that Tiff still has heel mentality even though she's like more than Charlotte right now?
What happened?
Do you think right now, even though they're cheering her and stuff like that, do you think she still has that heel mentality, Tiffany? With Charlotte, their point?
You say you think Tiffany has a heel mentality?
She still has that mentality.
If she did, I didn't see it.
Like, you know, because she ran away. That's a heel move. I feel like that's a heel tactic. Running away.
No, she just scary.
No, because she knows she wasn't supposed to say all of that.
That's why she ran out. It wasn't because it was like a heel thing.
I'm trying to figure
You
out
have
why
your
Naomi
husband.
attacked Jade when she was the only person supporting her.
She told you why.
She attacked her because she thinks that Jade is a snake. She thinks she's an opportunist.
She's a leech. That's what she said.
And low
It
key,
was as delusional as it sounds. That's
Naomi is losing it.
That's what she said.
Is there-
I hate your ass.
Is there extra spot for the Lululand? I mean,
Man, it's as far as it goes.
No.
I see Naomi's point of view, but also Boo Boo. You
I don't see the point of view. However,
No,
I
I see the
still
point of
agree.
what? What'd you say, Don?
I said I don't see her point of view. I don't understand, but I agree. Go.
I don't
off
understand. I do. It's jealousy.
I mean, yeah.
Jealousy?
She was jealous
However-
of Jade and Bianca, and they left her behind. She said it. She said we were supposed to be a team, and they went off and became tag team champions and left me behind. In fairness,
They did.
during this time, Naomi was also running around with Bailey, helping Bailey,
And you were leaving Bianca
and
and
doing
Jade behind.
everything with Bailey, going after Nia, having multiple title shots with Nia. So it wasn't like you was there the whole time, and then they left you behind. They
But
were
I-
offered an opportunity as a tag team. You were offered a title match. Two totally different things. Y'all went y'all
We'll
separate ways
say-
because y'all careers was going separate ways. Nobody kicked you out and nobody was pushing you to the wayside. It's just Jade came in, got all this clout. Everybody's going after her. Everybody loves her. In the end, she take your best friend. That was the final straw for Naomi.
Yep.
Tiff really showed her
I'd have
immaturity
been petty
in that
about it. I'd be
promo.
like, first I was the only one. Now it's just too many, and y'all starting to crowd up my scene.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm the mother of this shit. That's why I punched her ass and pushed her in the car.
I'm
But
just
you
kind
ain't
of
pushed
curious.
Bianca though.
I did it for us.
That's crazy. That's
And I'm-
crazy.
You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's nuts.
You think that even
She
on
coming in.
Nia,
Look, we stacked up on each other, and we wanted her.
You
You
are
think-
insane. That is
You-
insane.
you think that
B.
even-
Jeffer said
Sorry.
Tiff really showed her immaturity in that promo, not gonna lie, because Bianca ate Charlotte up in that other promo and didn't have to take it personal. So it just
That's called being a professional.
yes. It's a difference with, and you know what the problem was? Tiffany didn't like the fact that Charlotte ate her up prior to that. But Charlotte had said What Charlotte said to her is no different from what she said to Bianca, what she said to Rhea Ripley. It's been no different. So I didn't understand why she felt some type of way, but this again, it attributes to her youth. I'm sure she was on social media and saw how everybody was saying Charlotte ate her ass up. So she was like, okay, I gotta go. And perfect timing. Her interview came out with Sherry Shepherd, which to me, if you gotta go there, then you really don't know how to cut promos, honestly.
Because if it was me, I'm like, glad to know you watching me, bitch.
Charlotte is easy to cut promos on. Like, you don't even have to go to her personal life. You just go to her professionally. Like, you seem to think that you the only bitch that exists in this world. Girl, you aren't. Bianca ate her ass up. Bianca said, I'm the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era. She said, you can have your little 14, honey. I was like, girl,
I don't fuck about that shit.
She got you together. She said she was telling the truth. I'm just saying, like, Charlotte is not she's not hard to read.
At all.
She's not hard to read. If you would pay attention, it's very clear that you thought this was going to be you got a mentor and you and your mentor are fighting. And if you have been paying attention to Charlotte enough, you know damn well that she don't operate that way. If she feels like you coming after her crown, you're coming after her spot, she's going to defend it. Just like any of the other men who do the same thing. That's why Seth is bucking and screaming so much right now that CM Punk is there. He's afraid that CM Punk's going to take his spot. And he should be. Shit.
It wasn't his spot to begin with. So thank you for keeping it warm.
That's the problem.
That nigga Seth in the ring, that's like one of the goddamn seagulls.
No, because last week was funny. He said, no, you better not cry. Suck them tears back up. He don't deserve that shit. He don't deserve none of this. What are you doing? Are you crazy?
Speaking of stuff, I heard a rumor that's saying how fact that Roman and Punk, they're fighting over Heyman, and they said that Heyman's gonna leave them both for Seth.
He was with Seth too at some point, wasn't he?
I don't like
No, it was Triple H. I don't think so.
I don't like
I wouldn't be so I don't either, but I wouldn't be surprised because I think they accept he's just enjoying there, looking pretty.
But see, the thing is,
like, I mean, Seth that would stick in CM Punk's craw for sure, but he don't. I mean, Paul Heyman's not gonna do it.
Yeah,
he's just not gonna do it. He really showed maturity.
And the thing is, he don't need somebody, but he likes to be under somebody.
Because God knows what she was probably going through, especially when one of those marriages was held for her but go off. I'm be honest with you. I wasn't mad that she was talking about the girls' marriages. I was mad that she don't know how to cut a promo, so she had to go low in order to get the pop. That's what I was upset about, because anybody could have said that because it was free game. It was put out there, but it's low-hanging fruit is my problem. And like I said, Charlotte is there.
It's not even low-hanging. It was on the ground, and you picked it up. I
wouldn't have said nothing. I would have just been like, girl, I have nothing to say to you. The crowd has already made it clear. Where she ate was when she said, you ain't gonna never get the admiration of the crowd. She was like, the crowd ain't never been here for you, and they ain't gonna be.
And she was right. Built off that.
She should have stayed in that lane, because that made sense to me. And I was like, okay.
And it was like you were already eating her up, but then you went. That's what you felt the energy. And you
that's what it was. You went with
this.
Okay, they on my side.
Which you were eating her up, but it stopped at. You got time to do talk shows. I said, oh, she finna get into it.
And if I was Charlotte, I'd be like, well, you a champ and ain't been on one yet.
I'm sorry, where's your press release?
Maybe you need to be asking management why you're not getting booked for that.
Interview? You don't even have anything with Chris Van Vliet. But you're the champion. Anyways,
Please.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. No, she's
Hey,
just
where's your class?
wishy-washy. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad per se. I do think it was tasteless. It was classless and tasteless, and then it was just immature. And I'm like, you don't know if you and Love Big Kaiser gonna stay together forever. Your ass finna be lonely too. And when he break up with you, I'm gonna be like, if you think you're lonely now, girl, wait
Child. I
until
would
tonight.
interrupt her segment and be like, as soon as they break up.
And here's the thing, if I'm a wrestler, if I ever do like y'all know.
No,
that I-
Rico is right. She is giving Dre from Swarm. That's true. She
Y'all
is.
know
crazy.
that I here's the
She is.
y'all know that I love Braun Breaker, but I don't talk about his significant other. I don't talk about people's, on social media saying, oh, you're this and that. You keep going back and forth. Because one, who are y'all? Two, instead of focus on me, you should focus on yourself. And three, it's none of your business. Like, duh.
I like Naomi being with Lash and Jakara, but they gotta do it right. If they don't introduce them in
Ask
by
for muscle.
next week, if that's not a part of the plan, then
Bye
I
bye.
don't want them introduced unless they're gonna extend this feud out.
How long you think they can extend it for? Because
What?
how long you think they're gonna extend it for? Extend it. The
You
feud.
talking about the feud between Jade and Naomi?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like all this time, because all this time, it's back and forth. I really wanted to be Liv and Raquel, because but now Liv's saying, "Oh, I told you it was an ass. Oh, you should have waited." Like, bitch, shut up. You didn't deny it right away, so that's why you got your ass whooped. It's also
Well,
it's
they're irrelevant when it comes to them right now. So I don't
Yeah.
really have nothing to say when it comes to that. She ain't gonna have a champion or a man and can probably get done with her. I wouldn't want Ludwig Kaiser. I don't know. She the only one that want him besides I don't. I'm okay without seeing Ludwig Kaiser. He's not an attractive man to me. I don't understand
big double
people's
ears.
obsession with him. The man
used
is
to be
full on
fine.
torso and ears.
Yeah. When it
He's
got a
just
little
not,
bit too muscly, I was like,
He was
he's
like,
just not
Your
attractive.
friend look better than you.
you know why I'm here.
Hi, Kenny.
Hello.
Yo, this Haagen-Dazs New
Oh my
York style
gosh,
cheesecake ice cream.
I see them being introduced at Mania. I think that's unnecessary. I think they need to be introduced before then.
What are we talking about?
Meta
Yeah,
Girls
Yes.
being on Naomi's side. I don't want them to be introduced at Mania, but they probably will.
They
The who?
can they could pop up like Rhea did for Edge.
Ugh.
Listen.
It's such a cheap pop. Man, she gonna get that cheap
It
ass
is.
win, and then they gonna run it back at Backlash.
Ooh.
This is my
That sucks.
Yo, side note, this New York style cheesecake ice cream from Haagen-Dazs is like crack.
Excuse me.
I was gonna go out tonight, but
Me too, Kenny. Kenny, me too,
Why you ain't
but
go
I went out last night, so it's alright.
I was a
So
girl
my knees
too.
hurt now.
Same. I was playing basketball 2 days in a row, that's why.
So you guys are blessed with me for the evening.
Me too, because I was supposed to go
Amen.
karaoke, but I need to save my money.
After Mania would work. I don't know.
Are
They
y'all
might
coming?
introduce the Meta Girls during Mania for that cheap pop and to let
Yeah.
Naomi get that W, and
Yeah,
then
better.
Jade probably is gonna end up winning that Backlash.
Speaking of meta, where's Aura Mensa? I know it's Noam Dar. Is he gonna be medically cleared soon?
I don't know.
Why don't they just introduce the Meta
I don't
Girls
know.
back
Dog
in
is
Mania
I don't know if he's gonna clear.
or whatever?
What'd you say, Kenny?
I said, why don't they just introduce the Meta Girls to SmackDown after Mania?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any interest in them in pulling up the Meta Girls at all. Quite frankly, I feel like they should pull them up. They should be a part of that gauntlet match.
Why aren't they? That's insane.
So they put Maxine and Natalia in there. And
That's
I'm
not a
like,
real
Maxine
team.
and Natalia haven't even been a tag team long enough to be a part of a championship gauntlet match. In
They
my
just
No,
started dating.
they do these gauntlet matches, and it's like, where do y'all get these teams from?
I just curious. Where do you think
And it's like
Cross
Miss
is
Maya's
what's
already
gonna?
busy. She's doing Bloodsport. Come on now.
was Evolution 2 officially announced? No, not officially. Not to the press, but allegedly there's been rumblings of an event in the summer. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not interested in the Evolution, but if that's what y'all want, be my guest.
I didn't even watch the first one to care enough, so.
I watched the first one.
I went. I was either I could have gone the one in 2018, but I wanted to meet Becky Lynch for free, so I went with Becky for free. I would have gone to Evolution because it was fun, but you know.
I wasn't a fan of it. It wasn't a bad show. It was okay. It just seemed like it was thrown together, and the good thing about it was Charlotte and Becky's match. And the winner of the what was it? Shayna had a match on that card too.
What card say?
She went up against Kyrie, and then the Mae Young Classic had a match on there.
Yeah, it was Tony versus Io.
Tony Storm won the Mae Young Classic at Evolution.
Yep.
So those were the good matches on there. Other than that, I didn't really care. I didn't care about Ronda and the Bella Twin. I mean, Nikki. I cared enough about because the story I was invested in, but I didn't care about the match.
Yeah.
Should be like that.
Everything
trying to
else,
say,
I just didn't care enough about.
People were saying that Becky and Charlotte should have main evented, which hindsight, look back now, they should have, but you know, they won match of the night instead of main event of the night, so like
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care enough to even have that conversation about that. Evolution is not a pay-per-view. I feel like they should revisit, and at least not for me. I like the mix when we get everybody. I don't really like it when they don't put everybody on the card. I hate when we don't get enough women on the main cards, and I don't want to watch an all-women PLE. It's no shade to the women. I love women's wrestling. I'm just not interested in watching an all-women's PLE.
just for the
That
fact
was
that
hold on. I'm doing something. That woman's PLE felt like just here, damn.
Yes, it did. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I promised y'all that I would tell y'all what's going on with Booker T and this Chase and Rant situation. So what had happened was, what's his face? What's his name? Swerve went on Vlad TV.
oh god.
Vlad TV was talking to Swerve. They was talking about Swerve life. They was talking about a bunch of other stuff. And the clip that went viral was him talking about Booker T. There's another clip that was sent to AJ Francis, and it was him talking about AJ Francis being aggressive. And he said some other stuff, but to be honest, I was not paying Vlad TV's membership fee to watch this 2-hour interview with Swerve Strickland. I just wasn't. Now, Booker T got wind of what he said And Booker T responded, I believe, on his podcast. And Booker T defended himself, but he also made it very clear that Vlad TV was a culture vulture. He said he had been offered to go on Vlad TV before, and he declined because he understood the ramifications of it. He knew what Vlad TV was about. And he's always finding ways to pit black men against other black men and cause discourse in our culture amongst our people. And he said, I don't tarry around that. I don't fuck with that. So he made it very clear that he spoke to Swerve Strickland, and he told Swerve to his face that he got played. He was like, you went on TV on this show on a platform that's built off of the backs of black people and how black people are bashing each other on this platform. You've seen this time and time again, and then you turned around and did it to your fellow men as well. AJ Francis came out after he heard what Swerve was saying and had the receipts. AJ Francis broke that shit down very clean. I think his name is Adrian Hernandez. I don't remember his name, but the man got a YouTube channel, and on his YouTube channel, let me see if I can go find it, because I'll let you see it for your damn self. If they flag me, then so be it. I don't
Not
care.
the flag.
Yeah, it was Adrian Hernandez. Hold tight. I'm gonna let y'all hear AJ Francis say it in his own words. That way you ain't gotta hear me mincing no words or making no, you ain't gotta say I made no shit up. Nope. You hear him say it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I'd have to respond to a Vlad TV interview.
Me neither.
When it came to wrestling.
Hold on.
And to be perfectly honest with you, I assumed that there was issues between you and Swerve. Got a lot of love for both of y'all. So what I did is minding my own business, and I stayed away from it. But I wanted to give you this platform. If there's anything you wanted to say or respond to.
I mean, I don't have no problem with the nigga. I don't have no issue with Swerve. I just saw him on Sunday. It was all hunky dory. I just don't know where this should be coming from. I mean, he obviously did the interview before he saw me on Sunday at the benefit, the benefit for Bay. Shout out Chris Bay. That's the reason I'm in Vegas. That was the first show we had both been booked on together in damn near 4 years. No, 4 years.
Okay, so to give you some clearance, Chris Bay got injured in a TNA match, and Chris Bay has been out of commission for a while. The injury was very severe to the point where he almost was going to be paralyzed, but he's walking, he's moving. By the grace of God, he can walk and he can move. And all the wrestlers that could make it came together to throw a benefit show together for Chris Bay. And everybody was there that was in TNA. There were some people from WWE who sent their love and condolences. AEW superstars did. All the wrestlers on the indie scene and mainstream, they all came together to work together for this. And if they couldn't work together to do it, they did something to tribute to Chris Bay. So that's what he's referring to when it comes to them actually seeing each other and being on the same show in the last 4 years.
Since WWE. So it was, wasn't no problem, wasn't no issue. So I didn't know when I woke up today and saw people tagging me in a Vlad interview, I was confused because I don't know where the static is coming from. Because I know for a fact, I just talk facts. I talk facts. Fact of the matter is, first time I saw Swerve in 2 years was at the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. We were in the same suite. Soon as he walked in the suite, I walked right up to him and said, "Yo, is we good?" He was like, "Yeah, we good. So I'm not really understanding where this is coming from because I was ready for the static and there was none. So like, I'm not really sure where this is coming from. I don't know why it even got brought up on an interview from. Well, I don't know when they shot the interview, but why are we talking about me?
Yeah.
On Vlad TV, like what the fuck am I doing with anything that you got going on? I made a point to not talk about Swerve. You will not find one person on this earth in the hundreds of interviews that I've done, the millions of conversations that I've had with fans and other people, you will not find one time where I brought Swerve up to them. They bring him up to me. And again, today, he was brought up to me. I want the nigga to make all the money in the world, but just leave me the fuck out of it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. If we're going to talk real, let's talk real. Real rap, like the whole situation with B-Fab and her flight and all that, like, we're not even telling the whole story. Like, we not.
Okay. So if you didn't listen to the interview, you're not going to know what he's talking about. The interview I'm referring to is Swerve Strickland. He brought up a situation where AJ Francis was deemed aggressive by how he was defending B-Fab. He's going to explain what happened. But Swerve brought it up and explained it on the Vlad TV interview. And he's going to detail it from the perspective that he says is the truth. And it's really about B-Fab being pulled from the shows. They didn't know that was their way of saying, the lady was fired. They figured that out later on down the line. After they went to the European tour, that's when they found out that she actually was like, let go. And AJ Francis was going to bat for her like, hey, what's going on? I need to talk to Vince, like, what's happening? That's what he's going to detail, because that was the part that he brought up that leads to him saying AJ Francis was aggressive. Okay? And then he going to start spitting some real shit. So I'm going to let it play, but I had to explain that.
Not even getting into the fact that, like, what happened was all of us had our travel to wherever SmackDown was that week. I think it was like Evansville, Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. And we all had travel, and then randomly B-Fab lost, like, her travel came off the app. And we was like, oh, it must be a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Glitch or something.
Oh, okay. So I ended up being like, yo, so call him and see what's up. And she was like, nah, it's not a mistake. They're saying I'm not needed for TV. So that was kind of weird to me, because, like, we had just got drafted up. She was a very integral part of everything that we was doing. So to me, it was weird that she lost her travel. So I called John Laurinaitis. I called the man, and I offered to pay for her flight.
Hello?
I was like, oh, I'm thinking in my mind, oh, they don't, this is the main roster. They ain't see what we was doing with him rolling on NXT like that. Maybe we coming up for a dark match. So they're thinking, oh, we'll save money on the flight. We don't need to bring the girl because it'll just be the guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which they did another time when me and Shantae went on a European tour, because something happened with Montez, like, passport or something. I don't know. Something happened, and the Street Profits couldn't go to the European tour. So they had already had 2 flights for all those booked, 2 hotel rooms. They didn't have 3, so they just sent me and Ashante. So that kind of thing happens. So I'm thinking, oh, they're saying they don't need her for TV because we're just doing a dark match. I'm like, I was like, I'll get her flight. Like, I just want to make sure she's there. He's like, no, you don't need to get her flight, blah, 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 everything that went into that. So I was like, oh, okay. And I left that conversation being like, that's kind of weird. And then when she got released, that threw me the fuck off. Like, I worked my ass off with B-Fab, with Ashante the Adonis for a year, creating Hero behind the scenes at the Performance Center, right? So like, and Swerve didn't even join until 2 weeks before we debuted. And the reason we were debuting is because I, a person who didn't need wrestling to make themselves a star, unlike everybody else that keeps my name in their mouth, I was already hosting WWE's Most Wanted Treasures.
He was.
And the show came out and it was a hit, and it's still the most watched thing that they've ever done on A&E.
It's true.
So it came out, it was a hit, and they were like, yo, we need to get this guy on TV. So they were like, yo, Triple H came to me and said, yo, what do you think about putting Swerve in your crew? And at the time I was like, nigga, if it get me on TV, you could put the Dalai Lama in my crew. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna make it work. Yeah, I know I'm the chef. I know I'm gonna make this shit work. Right? So
Period.
for me, I was like, yeah, for sure. Plus he had TV equity. Like that matters in wrestling, right? He had TV
Does
equity.
matter.
But like he had never done no hip hop anything as a character. I came into WWE with the Hit Row idea. I was already doing it on the indies when called The Row, right? So like I came in with it. I added Ashante and B-Fab to it because she's a rapper and she's a beautiful woman. And then he is a great wrestler. And obviously we were going to be a tag team. And I produce, engineer, everything anyway. So I was just like, all right, we'll say Ashante's the producer. And that was how Hero was created. And then 2 weeks before we was going to debut, they wanted to put Swerve in the crew. And we was cool with that. We had no problem with that. We was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Right? And it worked. Fastest call up ever. But like, that's me cooking. Let's be for real. Nobody ever wrote no promo for me ever in my career. Can you say that? Nobody ever produced or wrote any lyric for me on any song. Can you say that?
No.
So it's like, I know what I did to make Hero pop. I know how I was in the kitchen. I know we was having group meetings in my house. I know we recorded the song in my house. I know who wrote the hook. I know who structured the song. Like, I know who did all that shit. And so do they. Like, if I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. Somebody asked Vlad to ask Swerve why Tahuti and Brianna don't talk to him. Since I'm the bad guy, why is it that me and her and Tahuti was talking today about this foolishness? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna, where's my phone? Let me get off backyard baseball. Hold on. I ain't even gonna, you don't read anything out loud. But tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. Start right there and just read read everything. Yeah, tell me if I'm lying.
I can confirm.
Am I lying?
I can confirm that you're not lying.
Oh, go ahead, keep on. Am I lying? Man, everything I say backed up by facts. I don't just be talking out the side of my mouth. People we want to come and say, oh, he was aggressive. Every black dude in America that's big and has something to say is aggressive.
Yep.
Keith Lee was called aggressive. Keith Lee's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
He was.
I was called aggressive. Why? I never raised my voice. I never once was disrespectful in any way. When I was 12 years old, me and my father almost got killed by police because they thought that we were two grown men that robbed a bank like a week earlier because we was two black dudes in a white truck, even though they was in a white van when they did the robbery. That didn't matter. At 12 years old, I learned, hey man, the world sees you as a fucking threat. And you gotta account for that. That's why I wear bright colors a lot of the time. That's why whenever I go somewhere that's close to a sundown town, I wear my Alexander Ovechkin Capitals jersey that's sitting right over there. Why? because white people ain't scared of a brother in a hockey jersey.
Mm.
They're actually willing to talk to you, right? I know what happens when I go places. I know how people stare at me. I know how people shudder when the elevator door opens and I'm standing there. And all I'm doing is standing there. I know what that is for my life. I know what that's like. So I go out of my way to not be that way. When I talk to people, I keep my hands behind my back like a soldier, just so I seem less threatening. I do that shit consciously.
Mm-hmm.
So no, at no point did I ever get aggressive with anybody. Like, come on, man. It'd be so many people that been talking about this bullshit lie for years, trying to talk down on my name. None of these niggas is doing any community outreach like I do every year. Canned food drives, gun violence, charity basketball games, Toys for Tots.
Now hold on. So let me give you some context. For a long time, Swerve Strickland was telling everybody that he did more for the culture than anybody, that he was down for the cause. Now, back when Trey D was alive, God rest his soul, he was a part of the Black Wrestling. They do a list every year of the top Black wrestlers, right? And Trey D was a part of that for the last couple of years. And they had Swerve on the list. But Swerve didn't like the fact that he wasn't in the top, I think it was the top 5. And Carmelo Hayes was quite a ways ahead of him. At that time, Carmelo Hayes was champion and had been champion for a while. So he didn't like that. So he basically came out and was like, I don't want to be on no Black wrestlers list. His cousin puts out a list and he's like number 1 on the list, I think. And everybody, he was just like, I'm so grateful for this list. I appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. It was also a Black list. If I recall, I can't remember if it was just Black wrestlers on there, but he was at the top of this list and he was just happy that he was number 1, but he didn't like the placement of where he was on the other Black wrestling list and didn't want to be a part of that list at all.
It just sounds like a child who didn't get their way, and so they said.
Exactly. No, it wasn't Black Wrestling Alliance. It wasn't Black Wrestling Alliance. They have their own list, and he wasn't mad about Black Wrestling Alliance. This was around the time, shortly after that, they put out that rap CD over at AEW. It had Leo Rush on it, a couple other people, and Swerve Strickland was on there. And then he started doing podcasts where he's just like, people accusing me of being anti-Black. And he's just like, I'm do more for the culture than any of these other wrestlers out here do. Right? Now, fast forward, Swerve Strickland becomes champion at AEW. And because at the time, Swerve Strickland was the big kahuna in AEW, WWE didn't have any Black wrestlers at the top aside from Bianca. And then Naomi was back at the time, but these girls and guys like the Street Profits, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's over there hadn't gotten back to the top of the mountain yet. But in NXT, it wasn't none but Black people at the mountain. Oba was champion. Trick Williams was champion. Like, it was pure, it was full on Black. It was Black History Month every day, nigga. Okay? But everybody was focusing on the fact that Swerve was the mainstream AEW champion and WWE had no Black champions. To be fair, WWE was, in a sense, changing champions. Cody came in, the change of guard comes in, Cody's champ. In 5 years, Roman Reigns was champion. I heard nobody yelling a peep about Black champions. But because Swerve becomes champion in AEW, all of a sudden it's a race issue in WWE. I don't get it. I still don't, because at that time, Bianca was still at the top of the mountain. She was still circling that championship like a vulture. Jade was coming into WWE, getting ready to be pushed to the hill. Like, it takes time to build up people and get them to where they need to be. Whereas in AEW, you fart right, you can be champion over there. Okay. So
Not
AJ, no, it's for real. Cause like you think about it, the way that they put that title on Swerve was really out of nowhere to me. Did they build him up? Yes. When they put him up against Paige. But he had one major feud in my mind with Paige. Before that, he had some minor stuff. But then he started going after Hangman Adam Page. And they didn't really close that out until after the decline of Strickland's title run. That's when that feud closed out, which was an odd way to do it. But whatever makes you happy, live your best life. So AJ Francis is in this interview, and he basically is like, you talking all this shit about everything you do, but you have no proof of anything. And AJ Francis, before he start talking his shit, he is telling the truth. I've seen him post on his personal pages about him doing Toys for Tots, doing the outreach for the communities, especially for the young black men. He does a lot of stuff. It's not just, I'm, first class over in TNA and then on the indies working all day. He really is what he's saying. So Swerve Strickland is putting on a persona. AJ Francis is not. And you'll hear him say it further in this interview. And there's a second part where he goes a little deeper into that part of it. But I want to get to what Booker T said and Vlad's response to Booker T, because Booker T also put the receipts up that he did go in his DMs and invite him on his show. But let me finish this out for y'all.
The Down Syndrome Foundation in Florida, going out to their events for the bowling. Like I could go on and on for days. WrestleMania week, I'm gonna be here. We're going to a children's hospital. Like, this is what I really do this. And people constantly talk down on my name like to get gravy points. Like, I don't understand that at all. I'm the realest nigga in this business. And that's the problem, honestly, because this business is fake and this industry is fake. So real looks fake, but it's real. There is not one person that will say something bad about my name publicly that anybody would, that I wouldn't have 1,000 niggas that would stand up and tell them that they wrong. Ask anybody about me. Anybody that actually knows me. People that have had an actual conversation with me. I'm aggressive. I'm aggressive because I stand up for my people. Come on, man. That's some bullshit. That should be pissing me off. Because it's like, to me, it's like, ain't that what you want? Ain't that what you want?
You want your friends to help you out.
Like, y'all
hold you down.
Y'all wanted me to see B-Fab get fired and then be like, chalk it up to the game. No, that's corny as fuck. That's corny. I'm not a corny ass nigga. I'm not a lame. That's corny. When me and B-Fab and Tahuti was in them trenches all the time, coming up with concepts that we wouldn't even get to use, storyline ideas that were ignored, hours upon hours on the road. Come on, man. I'm supposed to just be cool with her being gone. And clearly, she's back and doing everything. So clearly, I was fucking right.
It was.
But I say that I'm supposedly the asshole.
Yeah.
So stand on it. If you are the person that said I was aggressive or I was that, stand on it. Because I got a couple ideas. I know who the people were. I've never been confirmed. But if it's exactly who I think it is, which I think it is, I got some shit to say about them too.
Say that shit loud.
Stand on it. You got something to say about me or anything that I've done? Stand on it. Say it with your whole chest. Capital letters. Say it. And I'm gonna be right there to address it. Fuck out of here, man. These niggas got me fucked up. I done been too successful in too many different avenues to give a fuck about what these cornballs think about me. Like, I was on TV for 10 years before I took my first bump. I made my first $1 million before I was 25 years old. What the fuck do I gotta do to prove to you niggas that you're not in my league? Literally. Like, come on, man.
There's the second part, but we'll be sitting up here for another 15 minutes. So, Swerve Strickland did what he did on Vlad TV, and now Booker T responded. Booker T said, and I quote, "I had an offer to be on Vlad TV before as well, and I turned it down. They called me back and they offered me money to go on Vlad TV, and I turned it down because I was not going to go on and be exploited. I wasn't going to go on Vlad TV and have him make me look like a fool in front of the world. I was not going to do that. I wasn't going to go on Vlad TV and say anything negative towards any black man that's ever been in this business because I know how hard it is for all of us. I've been the first one saying it. Any brother getting his bag, I'm all in 100%. I told Swerve to his face how disappointed I am in him as a young brother because all I did for Swerve Strickland was put him over and put him on a pedestal as being one of the best out there, that he deserves to be in the AEW champion. For him to say something like that about me, I don't know if these guys think racism stopped in 1990 when I got into business, but it didn't. You may not hear about a lot of racial issues with Booker T because I handled racial issues first. I opened doors. I broke down barriers for people like Swerve Strickland, and Swerve Strickland perhaps would not even be here if it wasn't for me. I have to apologize for nothing that I've done in this business because I've gone out there and I have literally represented in the ring and out of the ring from day one all the way to this day. Now, following that, Booker T revealed that he told Strickland that he got played by Vlad TV, and this is what he said. He said, "You speak on Vince McMahon and him saying the N-word, and you want me to be an angry black man in the company. You want me to not open doors and make spaces for people like you? That's what you want me to do? Swerve Strickland, I hope you're never going to be in the movies. I hope you're never going to be on a movie set because you might hear somebody say the N-word, and if you got a problem with it, they're going to tell your ass to get the hell out of here. This is a movie, all right? I'm upset because more importantly, I'm disappointed in Swerve Strickland. What I told him, I'll repeat it like I repeated it to him. You got played. You got played, bro. You got played. You let that man play you and pit you against me and me against you. I don't know how many stories you've heard about that on Vlad TV, but there's many of them. There's so many stories out there about the black man against the black man because Vlad is pitting them against each other. I don't know how many people you know that have been locked up from the federal perspective by going on Vlad TV. I don't know what the hell you're doing on Vlad TV. First of all, what have you done to be on Vlad TV? That's crazy. That's just my opinion on that. As far as Swerve Strickland and me having the energy, the veracity, I got all of that. I'm still 6'3", 230 pounds of stomping, grave, damn digging destruction, Jack. He still talk like a 1970s exploitation film. Gotta love it. So Vlad came out with a post that said he never invited Booker T to come on his show. And then he put a picture of Booker T with Chasing Rance. If you don't know who Chasing Rance is a sexual, a child sex offender, and he was convicted of it. He claims he hasn't offended. But we did a whole podcast on Chasing some years back. It was a pretty decent podcast. You're gonna have to go back in the archives and find it on Spotify. It's up there though.
Go watch it.
And you can go listen to it if you want to. But it was around the time that Teddy Hart's girlfriend went missing, and we did a whole podcast on that, and then they did a doc on her as well. When they posted that Peacock doc on him, they talked about her being missing and stuff. But anyways, a lot of the wrestlers still deal with Chasing Rance. Ricochet does, Moose does. There's a couple female superstars that still talk to Chase Owens, and whether they know about his status or not is their business. I know, and I don't fuck with him. I never knew who the man was until we was deep diving into this person's face. That's how he came up. Now Booker T has spoken at his school because he does have a wrestling school, and he's training people at the school. And Booker T went and talked at the school. He knows Chase and Rance, and I don't condone it, but like I said, wrestlers are weird. He dead ass wrong for still even be entertaining this dude, in my opinion. Okay, but Vlad has been known to lash out when he feels like he's being attacked. This is what he does. This is why Booker T was trying to tell Swerve that this is not the person you need to be dealing with. Because, see, he had to go dig some shit up on Booker T because he didn't have nothing. That was the only thing he had. Right? So Booker T, he was like, Booker T, you're a liar. I never invited you on my show. But why don't you talk about how you like hanging out with offenders or whatever? So Booker T was like, okay, I'm a liar, right? Booker T posted the shit on his Twitter. The receipts. The receipts, honey. Let me share the tag.
Don't lie.
He said December 2020. This was pandemic. Let me know if you still want to do the interview. We've hit your guy a few times, but haven't gotten a response. Let's do a call. I want to make this right. Let's do the interview. Perfect time with the song blowing up. This was around the time that Bad Bunny had put out the Booker T song. Y'all remember that? But he said he never contacted him. He said he never contacted him for an interview. That's what Vlad said. Continue. Next year, 2021. Contacted him again. Let's do the interview. Perfect time with the song blowing up. Booker T says, thanks, but no thanks. He responds, okay, fam, I'm disappointed, but I was late for the interview, so I understand. Congrats on the success of the new song. I'm still a fan. Take care. What if we pay you an appearance fee? Nigga. Vladdy Boo Boo. Vladdy Boo Boo, we're lying. Why are we lying?
Lying ass bitch.
Why are we lying?
He should have been like, "Ho, is this you?"
Exactly.
Because it looked like you. You ain't gotta lie, Craig.
Let me show y'all what Vlad TV said. Because this was low. This is what we was talking about with Tiffany Stratton and you having low blows, okay? This was low because he had nowhere else to go. He had to try to drag Booker T's name through the mud. Now, this is the post Vlad put up after Booker T went at Swerve Strickland. He said when Booker T isn't making up lies about refusing to do a Vlad TV interview, he's hanging out with his registered sex offender friend, Chasen Rance. Chasen was convicted of lewd and lascivious acts against a victim who was 12 to 15 years old at the time. Now, he blocked out the faces of everybody else, but left Chasen and Booker T in there. And then he in the comments, don't tell a lie on me and I won't tell the truth about you, Kendrick.
That nigga is so corny to me.
That's crazy.
Leave him out of this. This is your mess.
Quoting Kendrick Lamar, you started this shit, nigga. Now,
Leave him out of this.
Booker T responded. He said, and I quote, I've been a guest trainer at hundreds of wrestling schools over the years, helping to teach and mentor up-and-coming talent. I don't conduct background checks on every trainer or individual I've crossed paths with or taken photos with along the way. That makes sense to me. This feels like a clear attempt to falsely associate me with something I have 100% nothing to do with and absolutely no knowledge of. Any student who's trained with me can vouch for the kind of coach, mentor, and person I am. My record speaks for itself. This is what I said. So, now that y'all got the facts, Vlad TV's a snake ass bitch, and Swerve Strickland is a pussy. That's the end of the story. That's it. That's all.
Culture vulture head ass.
LOL.
I want
Wait.
AJ Francis to tell everybody who was talking shit about him. I really want to know.
Really quick,
fuck?
did this game get like a
Nobody has eyes.
I need
Jesus
him.
Christ.
I need him to drop the receipts like now. I want to know. I want to know who it was.
Oh, that's cute. That's a cute hairdo. I'm gonna save that. How many matches do I got? What the helly?
So for now, Vlad TV has been real quiet because he got busted.
He needs to be. Shit.
And Booker T is like, you ain't finna spray me, bitch. You not finna do that.
Watch this.
Like, nah, we finna put the receipts out there. I have the receipts. I've told no lies, sir. Anyway.
Bitch, is this you?
Right.
Oh, you're so eat.
So hopefully the girls and the guys will go ahead and mind their business, from now on. And stop being all up in people's business. I really need AJ Francis to go off and tell everybody shit, though. I do. I need him to do that. That'll be funny as hell. They'll tell all their business. They don't care. If they're mad enough to go at your shit, you be mad enough to tear theirs down too. Tear it all down.
Push the table over.
Period.
Why are all the good hairdos in the fucking island? This is gonna piss me off.
That's what Don and them was saying, is that all the hairstyles,
They're
all
all
the shoes, they're all in the island. Yeah.
All good shit's in the island. You gotta pay
All
for
of
it.
You gotta pay for it or fucking go through the matches. I don't got time to sit.
Yeah, you either gotta buy it or you gotta play the game
No.
to win it. But either way, you still probably gonna have to buy it.
Like what? You know how many of my calls would be eaten right now? All of them. That's all. That's how many. All of them. No.
All right, we should talk about WrestleMania in a minute.
Insane. It's fucking ridiculous. I hate this game. Turn up the music. Oh, play this game for life. Trying to get these fucking hairdos.
Ooh, child, it's 11:21.
Child, I could be outside right now, but I'm not.
You need to be in the bed anyway.
Oh, you're right. My damn knees hurt.
See, getting old. Ain't got the mega knees no more.
Ain't nothing open at this time but legs.
Shut up, Don. Shut up.
Good
That's
damn.
a good one. That's a good one.
He ain't shit.
And I would know.
Not you.
Shut your ass up.
That's sick.
No, you know what's interesting is that WWE is so fucking transparent. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, just make the match a triple threat, please.
For what?
Put a women's championship on Raw.
Oh, yeah, they can go ahead and do that. We already know.
This is the render they have up on the website right now, it still look like this. Meanwhile, the other renders on the website all have the Mania theme to it. All the other ones look like that. The championship ones have their faces closer in the it's like the main marquee, kind of like how you would look at boxing matches. That's how they got it set up. So the championship matches look like this. Okay. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? I'm trying to just give us the tea. Just go ahead and add these motherfuckers to this match and get it over with.
Wasting time. Quit wasting my time.
Okay, I think I got everybody loaded up except for Roman and them. I don't have them on here. Their graphic isn't up on the
time.
Nope, they didn't put their graphic up.
They really
She
fucked
didn't
up.
know that was the melody of Breaking My Heart.
All right, so let's chit chat. Mania is in
Let's have a
2 weeks. So we gonna talk, and we probably gonna end up talking about this for a while. Who y'all got winning? You got Cody Rhodes going up against John Cena.
Cody Rhodes.
Who do you think Cody gonna win, huh?
Cody Rhodes.
Honestly, just give it to John so we can.
Hell no, I don't want that nigga to get the satisfaction. I want him to keep his losing streak.
Give that funny nigga.
I want to go John. Let me get John.
Y'all petty as
They should give it to
Yeah.
John.
It was a good story.
Cody retaining.
Now it's time for another chapter.
I don't know. Cody losing could be the start of Homelander coming out. You never know.
Let that nigga lose.
Yeah.
Kenny love her some chaos, child.
Yes.
John probably not gonna get that till Money in the Bank. She ain't got no money in the bank. She been walking around looking all stank. Oh, all right.
There's a few I know walking around stink, and the smell is horrific.
You know what was crazy is TikTok had a whole discourse about sit down air.
Ew.
And I'm sitting here like,
Y'all that bored.
that's crazy. Why are y'all talking about people sit down air? I said, wowzers. Okay.
Yo, when I was out last night, I literally turned to my friend and said, "This nigga smells like wet, damp clothes."
Ew.
I said, "Why? Who let you out the house like this?
Kitty.
Like, who did that to you?" Because
What the hell? What the fuck is that smell?
That is worse.
No,
Jesus Christ.
Baby, please, you don't go out with me.
Somebody is gonna get embarrassed.
You
with
smell
y'all.
that shit? I smell
Hyra
that
said,
shit.
what is sit down air?
who said that?
Hyra.
Ah.
It literally
When you sit down when you sit down in a chair, you might sit down hard or a little aggressive. There's a air that'll come up, and it's in your butt. If your butt stank, everybody will smell that funk.
Funky bitch.
If you ain't washed your cooter properly or washed your butt cheeks properly, like some niggas don't like to wash their ass because they think it's gay, so they would rather have shit caked up in their ass
Let the soaking water run down.
than to get the rag and rub in between their cheeks and clean their asshole.
Just
Get up in there.
It's
Clean that shit
too
up.
many stories where niggas is getting into bed with people and they got shit crumbs in their ass.
Dookie sweat.
That's crazy. But anyways, he said, I ain't never heard of that shit. Oh, you will.
Because it's going to be you.
I'm
Lay
tell you
down
right
with
now,
dirty
if
ass
somebody
niggas, you
tell you
gonna
that your
see.
backshot air stink, That's the shit that really will get you. You'll be paranoid to the motherfucker. And they say some shit
I
like
ain't
your
never
back
been
my
told
hair
that.
stank.
I ain't never got that.
The
Thank God.
TikToks of the dudes coming out saying that it's too many girls who back shots air stank. I said,
Well, call them out then. Since we were being bold.
I was like, why don't y'all like? Are y'all not like cleaning before you get to the point? And if that's the case, then y'all might have a pH situation.
Did y'all see that girl that said she got a BBL? She had to get it removed.
Nigga,
It looked like dead.
send it to Kenny. I sent it in our group chat. And she said her sit down air stank.
Oh my gosh.
She had to remove her BBL implants because her sit down air stank.
That's embarrassing. Like I don't think the government would have got that out of me. Really. Not even the multiverse. That's insane. That is insane.
I was like, y'all are too comfortable on this app.
We need to bring back shame.
Yes, please.
But
and then you get mad and telling people to mind their business. Bitch, you made it my business.
Mind you, this is my first impression of you. I just want you to know that. Yeah.
My first impression is that your sit down air stank.
Like, what if I didn't want to know that about you?
Exactly.
Now I don't even want to be friends with you because now I'm gonna talk
oh
about.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Right? What happened to shame and decorum, baby? It goes out the window when people don't understand regular English. They can't even understand how tariffs work. What makes you think they're gonna understand what shame and decorum is?
She said they don't even know how tariffs work.
It's too many fucking people on the internet talking about the tariffs are gonna benefit the United States. They was like, well, if you don't want to have to worry about the tariffs, then just buy American. We don't make shit in America. Everything that is in the store says made in Taiwan, Indonesia, China.
Are these people for real?
Yes, they are serious.
Bless it, really.
They was like, y'all just don't understand that the tariffs is gonna put money back in our pockets. Once China and the rest of the countries pay those tariffs, Trump's gonna give that to us in the stimulus. I'm like, that is not how the stimulus works. That's not how it works. Y'all were here the last time he gave us a stimulus, and we paid all that shit back in taxes. Okay? 90% of us didn't get shit back in taxes because we was paying that fucking stimulus back. Please stop being fucking dumb. Please. It is so strange. Do you know they got fucking infographics to explain what a tariff is? Because motherfuckers is that stupid.
America.
They got pictures. These motherfuckers had to make pictograms so that you can understand what a tariff means and how that works for the United States. Then you sit up on TikTok, well, I don't give a fuck about the stocks crashing. The stocks crashing means that your 401k gonna crash too. Dumbass. All of that is connected. So you don't care about the stocks crashing? Cool. I'm finna go to the store and get me some stockpile, some rice, some beans, some smoked meat. And I don't need no eggs right now, so I'm cool. And I'll make sure I get me some bread. I'm gonna give you a couple of bread recipes, stockpile me some flour and sugar. So if they stop hiking up prices on bread, I make my own goddamn bread. Okay? I don't have time for this shit. Because I'm gonna let you go ahead and cry. They marched today. They was out there marching today. It was huge. They had huge. So many people was out there. I was like, no riot actors was hired to throw shit into buildings, and Nobody was hired to come and antagonize the crowd so the police would come out.
Isn't
Ain't
that
that something?
they must know what a good ass whooping felt like.
They didn't hire the police. It was so many fucking people out there in Boston, you could not see the street. But there was no police out there from what I saw. I was like, no black people was out there, so they didn't send the police. We kept our black asses at home. I was looking real hard at them crowds too. I was like, let me see. Yeah, there ain't no black people out there. Better not be. Shit. It said not to mention stimulus checks were supposed to be much more, but Trump reduced them to $1,400 and delayed the distribution so his personal signature could be on each one. Well, it worked because stupid ass people like Sexy Red wanted Trump back in office so she could get a stimulus. Never mind the fact that she was making over $100,000 a year, and bitch, you wasn't getting one. You weren't getting a stimulus because you don't need money to stimulate the economy. That's the meaning of a stimulus. Some of you hoes don't understand English. You can't read. Ugh. It's upsetting. Our ancestors did not fight for this. Guess we're all gonna have sourdough starters. Child, I'm making white bread. I ain't starting no damn sourdough. How long sourdough starters take? I'm just throw some damn rolls in it. That's gonna be white bread. You understand? Bleached white bread. That's what we gonna be eating in this motherfucker. I'm not doing none of that shit. Anyway, I got off topic. It pissed me off. I went off topic. God damn it. Okay, so everybody is in unison that Jey Uso is gonna win at WrestleMania. Yes.
Yes.
Period.
Well, just kidding.
Don't start kidding. Which should I file my taxes now, or will the IRS collapse before I do? You better file it now.
You only got till what, the 15th?
You got till the 15th. You have 10 days, sir. You need to be having your ass at old H&R Block right now. The hell? Because you don't pay them taxes, they're going to be coming after your ass with a vengeance. And that is not something that you want. You need to have your shit paid. Okay?
Start paying my $3.19
without saying nothing.
And then they'll come and get your ass.
The shit out your ass here. You didn't pay your taxes in 3 years.
H&R Block is online, Rico. You don't have to go inside the office.
He's been paying this 2 years.
Yeah, and then they petty. They're like, no, let's flag this motherfucker because look at his name. You seen that dude that got deported all the way to El Salvador and he was a damn legal citizen? The damn ICE people surrounded him and laughed at the man. I said, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, they would have had to see me.
Don't matter if you don't make enough, babe. The point is you gotta file. They gotta know what your income is.
And the paint is what they would have had to do.
That man's still in El Salvador, and they in a prison where he has to work. So they working that man to death in that prison because it's a private prison. Trump literally sold that man into slave labor. They got money. They paid him for that dude and several other people. I said, man, that's crazy. Now I'm starting to think that some of these people were a part of the No Children Left Behind. Listen, I was in school when No Child Left Behind was implemented. So no, they're not.
Yeah, you're fucking...
No, they're not. They're just stupid. Okay? And it's willful ignorance. It's not that they don't know. They're choosing not to because they're blindly trusting in what other people are telling them. Because they talk real fast and they make it string together so it makes sense. But it don't because it's not true. And then they come up with bogus ass facts. They lie. These are the same motherfuckers that's telling you need to buy American but manufacture all their merch overseas in China. All the Trump shit is made in China. all of his brand, his ties, his socks, them all that Make America Great Again shit, all that MAGA shit is made in China. All of it. I can't make it up, man. I'm telling you. I can't.
Oh shit.
We united in James win, period. So you gonna follow him out making up old taxes, job that I've seen, believe me, that I'm tapped into. Need to know how to have my fail safe in place. Baby, they ain't gonna come get you. I just sent a form to my mom that I got from my college to fill out a part of the taxes. Yeah, because technically you still a dependent of hers. Not his wigs. They make his wigs too. That's crazy. All right. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't give a shit about this match. I hope AJ Styles win, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Logan Paul is more than likely going to cheat and win. This is going to be when I eat dinner and I'm not paying attention. I'm not going to be paying attention to this. And out. Because I don't like this match and I don't think it should be on the card. I just don't.
What is this match?
Logan versus AJ.
I don't want to say put it on the pre-show, but they can put a match on the pre-show.
Do they have a pre-show for Mania?
Probably not, but they can bring it back for that.
They ain't gonna have a pre-show for Mania. It's Mania. Shit probably be 3 hours.
Yeah, but the pre-show is just usually them talking. This need to be the first match of the night then if they gonna do Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. They need to be right at the very first match of the night.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at.
Hold on. Gotta get where you can see it. That's why Scarlett bring your ass.
That's Scarlett. You beat up Scarlett.
Backstage bra.
Not in the boots. Uh-oh, she blocked it. Damn. Sling blade on your ass. Her boots fired up. Okay. Anyways, we got Naomi versus Jade Cargill. What y'all think? She blocked her again?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. I think Naomi gonna win that one too.
She's getting her ass beat too many times.
Mm-hmm.
To not win that match.
What happened to Donnie? Oh, he's still there.
Hello?
Yes, I'm still here. I took a shower. I just didn't feel like hanging out.
Oh, okay. I ain't got a problem with that.
Okay, he washed his ass. We love that.
Yeah, this nigga is clean.
Kenny ain't shit, bro. Shit.
Oh.
Let that be the first so we can get it over with. Exactly.
All right, Jeff.
I'm looking. Every time I look, she beat you up.
Maybe stop looking.
Shut up, Kenny. I didn't do it. Hell. I think Naomi gonna win, but I think she gonna cheat.
I don't think so.
I do. I think she gonna cheat. Because they gonna have them run it back at Backlash for sure, for sure.
Backlash.
Hello, Jay. Day was cool. Naomi. The three-way tie gonna continue at Mania between Nao, Char, and Bianca. How that's gonna do that?
Okay,
For the most wins?
What?
I wasn't even looking.
it's all right.
I wasn't even looking this time, and he got beat up.
It is indeed not all right.
Not my fault.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking though.
You gotta do side eye.
No, not on the cone, Jared. Gerard! He put that cone up her butt. I didn't even know you could do that. That's crazy.
I never knew.
No, that ass. There shall be a disqualification. Oh, you think they're gonna have a disqualification? I don't think so. It's Mania. It's gonna be a winner. Somebody gotta win. And then we got this match that's set in stone, but this match gonna be a triple threat. I wish they would have just made it a damn triple threat instead of taking us through all this drama.
Will this come out? Leave me alone. Like, bro, I do not like you.
Octavius, bring me that switch. It's time for bed.
Saturday. You got school in the morning.
No, we don't. School late until Monday. Stupid. Where'd it go?
Somebody got school. I don't know.
On a Sunday? Who going to school? Well, somebody in college.
See? Mm-hmm. Look at you.
Oh, you think Bianca winning? You think she gonna become the women's world champion? I'm champion. Champion.
No, I don't think she is this time.
I don't
I have you
know.
in return.
Yeah.
Me personally.
I wouldn't mind that.
But Io is kind of boring as a champion.
I don't know, because then you can have Dakota run up behind her.
Damn, make Dakota turn that fast. Her ass just stop being a heel.
Or we gotta wait. Or they might not turn on Dakota.
No,
They might be with Dakota.
they might.
But or if Austin
I want Rhea and Bianca to fight outside of the title.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I do.
That's
I want
what I
them to,
want.
I want them to
Like,
fight
you
outside
cost
of the
me-
title. And
You
then
cost
one
me
of
that
them
shit.
can
I'm like,
win.
nah, bitch, you cost me that shit.
Yeah, and then one of them can win the chance to go after Io, beat Io, and then maybe they can run it back again for that championship if they don't get drafted to another show. Because if Bianca's gonna stay on Raw, then Montez and them probably are gonna move over to Raw too, which I wouldn't mind.
Nice. Lucky for you. That's
And they got Motor City Machine Guns getting ready to go up against Montez and them. I hope they didn't get them the titles. I hope they didn't get them titles just for them to lose at WrestleMania.
Yes, they did.
Jesus Christ.
They better not.
Oh, they
I
turned
know.
Dakota back heel. They've been focusing on her having EO's back in too many of the backstage exclusive segments.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
She like, yeah, girl, I got your back.
I know Dakota's history. I know what's coming.
She gonna-
Fine.
Okay, you know, he know.
You have to do like Triple H. Oh my God. Oh my God.
A little emotional.
They gonna be crying like a bitch at that damn at the ceremony.
I need my double call.
The Hall of Fame ceremony is gonna be nothing but tears. Everybody gonna be out there crying. Triple H gave me my career. Oh my God. I'm so proud of him. I mean,
Oh no, I'm looking for my.
it's true. Asuka and Kyrie is down too. Oh, it's a wrap. I feel for Asuka though.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and head down.
Cause she been having to deal with a stalker.
That's insane.
If I was her, I would talk to Sonya. Sonya know what she going through.
Beat that man the up.
Poor Sonya.
What happened with this Sonya?
No, a while back when
With
she
the
had that
stalker?
stalker situation.
Oh yeah. Poor Sonya. Poor Sonya.
169 is 40.
Boy, they gag Sonya.
Okay, but maybe this will be how
That's
Dakota
crazy.
can finally get something. Or not. I know Hunter's history with Dakota too.
Oh God,
This
you gotta
shit.
let that go.
I wouldn't mind her taking the title off of Io and then either Rhea or Bianca snatching that shit from her.
That's just how it goes.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I would find that to be fucking hilarious. But really, like Rhea do need to have a one-on-one feud with Io because she's never beaten her. And she also needs to have a one-on-one feud with Bianca because Bianca hasn't had the chance to beat her in a title scene like this. She hasn't had a chance to beat her yet.
Maybe we'll meet in a bar. He'll drive a fucking.
Damn. That song is old as hell. Why is it coming back up?
I don't know, but I'm tired of hearing it.
I'm like, what is going on?
It was on Caleb feed. I said, wait a minute.
That is an old ass song.
You know, they be on TikTok thinking they discover something new.
Oh.
Child, they just figured out Beyonce is in the group. And who Mariah Carey was.
I hate it. I hate it here.
Fucking idiots.
I was just glad DIY ain't going to Mania. Go ahead,
Yeah.
go sit your ass down somewhere.
Sit down somewhere, Bobcat.
Yeah.
Bobcats.
Where 69 meets 40, there's a single lane. I know Carrie Underwood ain't shit, but her music be going off. I mean, just singing my ass off, nigga.
Get it, racist.
That ain't shit, y'all.
Get racist.
Oh my god. Okay. Hiram said, well, Jay said, who do y'all think is next for Chelsea? Her next opponent is Zelina Vega. They already have selected.
It's ZZ Top.
I hate that he calls that girl ZZ Top. I hate that so much. That poor child.
Because it is. But I'm not mad at it. I
hope you get it.
Love it. Love that for her.
So we got
she
Stand
needs to
Delivered. Yeah, she do.
But how's she gonna win?
I don't know. It seemed like they're gonna let Chelsea run gambit with this US champ thing, which is working, you know. But it seemed like they're gonna let her run the gambit with that until it run its course. So who knows? I really hate that Lyra and them are competing as a tag team. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's a waste of space.
I don't like
Who's
it.
their tag partner?
Bailey.
What happened?
Oh my god. Yeah.
So Saturday at 1 p.m. is Stand and Deliver, and they only have 2 matches announced for right now. They have the Women's North American ladder match for Stand and Deliver. 2 people have qualified. Zarya and Kaylani Jordan have qualified. And then they got the Stand and Deliver NXT Championship match with Trick, Oba, and Javon Evans. I hope Javon Evans win. I'm praying for it. I need that in my life. I need it.
Do you?
It's at 9:30 a.m. What?
What is?
What's at 9:30 a.m.?
What's at 9:30 a.m.?
The crack giveaway.
NXT better not have Stand and Deliver at no 9:30 because I'm not watching it.
Oh yeah, they doing it.
No, because the flyer said 1, right?
Stand and Deliver is at 1. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time. They changed the time of Stand and Deliver? When? I just got this off of WWE's website. I'm not fucking crazy now.
They changed it?
It don't look like they did this on their website. That's not true. Y'all ain't finna make me out to be crazy.
What's the next match?
Maybe the kickoff. Because sometimes they do count that.
Hell no.
Maybe you will meet up.
My nephew's stupid. That's a Saturday, April 19th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay? How would that say?
How many Joe learn how to
Hope
read?
that clears up your confusion.
They changed the time to Stand and Deliver. They moved S&D to the morning. I don't know about that. Not deliver. Singing the whole song.
I'll stand for deliverance. Yeah. Stand in deliverance.
Okay.
I'm moving SmackDown to the morning. Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, this.
No, I'm waiting for a table.
Where you at?
Applebee's.
Damn.
Not Applebee's.
Yeah, it's connected to the restaurant, to the hotel. It's honestly not that bad.
Fast as hell.
It's
I
not
think
bad.
y'all got this confused. It's 9 a.m. for the people going to Vegas. It's 9 a.m. for them,
Y'all know
but it's 1 p.m. for us.
it was at one last year.
Yes, they're not changing the time for certain delivery.
And then they had
Yes, Applebee's. What the fuck?
had the rest of the street.
Not Applebee's. But Tiffy, read what had put in before Jay asked what was next for Chelsea. Oh, let me see what she put in there. It says, see, I love Dakota, but I would have Dakota win the belt off Io at Money in the Bank and then get cashed in on by Lyra. Just for the crash out, it'll cause in Dakota. That's fucked up.
Just for the crash out.
I don't like Applebee's. The Applebee's here is full of raggedy hoes, so I do not go there.
I tell all my
Because
hoes.
it's professional restaurant is up there.
They be some raggedy hoes. Last time I went to Applebee's, I bought a drink. They gave me my drink in the mixer and made me pour my own fucking drink in the cup. The lady just brought it like, here go your drink. And then she walked away. I said, am I supposed to pour this?
Sure.
I was like, bitch, wait a minute.
She came back and was like, you don't know how to pour a drink? I was like, bitch.
Yeah, it might be better.
I was like, there you go.
Ooh, I got order to the room. Hold on.
You did not order
They
for
down there
This is
sleeping.
shit.
He tired. He was out there in that rain, working his ass off today. So that means the show will be starting in the morning PST, but in the afternoon for EST. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It starts at 9 for people in Las Vegas. It's gonna start at 1 p.m. for us. That's what I'm saying, love. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Are they
I
gonna
won't be
stream
watching.
Mania on Netflix and Peacock?
I mean, I can watch. It's good. It's Good Friday. I won't be at work.
I'm be at work.
Damn.
No, Stand and Deliver is on a Saturday. It's on Saturday.
Yeah. I thought it
So
was just
unless
on
you gotta work on
SmackDown.
Saturday.
Hell no. I'll tell them, nope, I'm not gonna be in town. I'm be in Vegas.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I tell people that all the time. I'm taking the trip.
You and Kenny, Rico, y'all
Hello?
love fucking chaos. Kenny, shut the fuck up.
What happened? No, my phone was going off. What happened?
She popped back in.
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
You ever see that TikTok?
Oh my God.
Gucci,
You and Kenny love y'all some chaos, child. It ain't always gotta be chaos. How come Dakota can't just take it from EO and her and EO fight?
Right.
And you got Bianca and Rhea having their feud, and the end of their feud, let it be like a last woman standing or some shit, or like Hell in the Cell or something. And then whoever wins gets to go after the winner of the feud between EO and Dakota. That way you got two major feuds going. One of them involves a title and one of them don't.
Okay, so no.
Shut up. Don't even start. But don't the wrestlers usually have to be in the building 6 to 8 hours prior to a show, which is why the FIFO report was implied. A lot of talent weren't happy about that early report time. They're in Las Vegas, though, B.
ATM doesn't do deposits.
Listen, Stand and Deliver is always an early show. No matter where they are in the country, it's always going to be an early show. Unfortunately for the wrestlers, the show for them is going to start in the morning. For us, it's not going to start until 1 in the afternoon because we're on the East Coast. They're on the West Coast. So they're going to be mad about a lot of things, but bitch, you're getting paid.
That's the price you pay for working the job you work.
It's okay for you to be frustrated and be upset, but I bet your ass is going to report for motherfucking duty.
But nobody's telling y'all to stay your ass out till 4 a.m.
And nobody, you are not booked. You should not be booked for shit. Like, you ain't gotta go to no goddamn concerts or none of that shit. Go take your ass to bed.
Shit, if you know you're in a match.
Your show is the earliest show of all the Mania shows. You got all the time in the world to go and do all the extra bullshit. You can miss out on Wale Mania this year. You'll be fine. Watch it on Netflix like the rest of us, bitch. Shit.
And I ain't even gonna be watching it.
I'll watch it. I'll put it on. I put it on for Wale because Wale be doing some cold shit. Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna do it for Wale because I love Wale.
You might see Nicole in them matches with.
Hell yeah, I'm definitely watching because I want to see. I want to see if they ass is gonna be there, and I know Cinco gonna be on somebody's table, acting a fool. But we got a few too many crazy bitches now. Naomi definitely crazy. She done banged her head against the towel dispenser in the bathroom. Tore her shit up. She was like, look, that bitch did to my face. She started banging her. And I said, bitch, is you possessed? What's wrong with you?
Scary.
Right.
How is you cool?
Nah, she not, babes. She is not. Those are the same waitresses that wonder why they didn't get a tip. Child, Gerard was very petty that day. Him and his friend Miller, they was getting ready to give her like a $50 tip that night. Cause we came in with the last leg of people, and it was like 7:45. They closed at 9. Okay, so we came in and we sat down at one of the high tabletops, and I don't know what I ordered. Did I order I ordered some type of drink that they had on the menu. I can't remember, but it required the shaker. She brought the shaker to the table, put it on the table, and then walked away. Here's your drink. And then walked away. I said, oh, Gerard politely took $10 off of the $50 that they left on the table. And every time she messed up, had an attitude, or did something stank, he took money away. And it was not from anything. We wasn't like snapping our fingers at her because I don't do waitresses like that. I don't treat wait staff like that because I understand they got a hard enough job as it is and they're not being compensated. I don't mind tipping, but for me, if I'm gonna tip you, I don't need you to go above and beyond for your job. I just need you to do the job. I'm like, it's a bar. Why hasn't the bartender poured my drink for me? Why are you bringing it? And then there was no glass. They never gave me a glass to pour the shit in.
They had the audacity to ask you, you know how to pour the whole damn drink.
And then the bitch asked me if I know how to pour a drink. I said, bitch, I said, the fuck? I said, okay. So I sat there. Another waiter walked by and was like, did you lead us here? And I was like, how the fuck did I get? I said, are y'all special? Like, no. The other waitress that covered this table left the cup here. He was like, well, did you get your drink out? I'm like, nigga, no. Where am I going to pour it at, fool? In my hand. He was like, oh, shit, you ain't got no cup to pour it in. I said, you cannot be this fucking incompetent. There is no way. There is no way. He was like, let me go get you your cup. I was like, Jared, when they come back, get the check. We got to go. Miller took all of the tip money off the table.
I did, yeah. Then I put on the tip card, don't eat anytime you pull around the bus.
Yeah.
I tried to give the girl $10 before I left, and Gerard took it from me.
Fuck around, I did. We ain't trying to get that bitch nothing. I wish you would.
He wouldn't let me give her the money. I was like, yo, just let me give her the $10. She did work today. He was like, her ass was being rude as fuck. She not getting no money from us. I'm like,
I'm not getting nothing. Like, you can give her $1.
No, I think that's insulting.
Her service was what was insulting.
Gerard, please. Please.
He said, fuck you and your service.
Now she asked if you know how to pour a drink. I would have poured that drink on her. We was in fucking Valdosta, Georgia.
I would have said, do you know how to fight?
Not too far from fucking Sundown Town, nigga. We was not about to do that. I just think of that.
We were in goddamn Sundown Town, so her place was about
Yeah, it was about Sundown Town. I just think of that Vine where that girl was sleeping and they poured water on her and she just got up saying hello. That's what Kenny was referencing when she come back in here every time. Stupid ass. Yes, but if she gets cashed in on by Lyra, there's an additional fold because obviously Lyra had Dakota's number and her and Io had those series of matches. Yeah, but I mean, sure, if that's how you want to play it, you could add Lyra to the mix. But Lyra already got a championship, so who Lyra gonna drop the title to? Because clearly you want Lyra to win Money in the Bank.
I don't.
So I don't want her to win it either. But if she wins it, she can't be Intercontinental Champion too. I don't like that.
She don't need to be in the Money in the Bank at all.
And Io will essentially get some karma by being put in the same position she put Rhea in, just now on top of having beef with Coda. And Lyra's been a long-standing opponent. He said, Naomi not gonna have nothing on me. Once I turn on Don, you listen to that story me and Don put together in the 2K chat. It was in the wee hours of the morning. I barely read y'all names in the 2K chat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, baby. You're already yelling at me because I ain't read your book yet. I was not gonna read that, and I could barely keep my eyes open. I might be an insomniac, but I'm not gonna be reading that no 3 and 4 in the morning.
I'm gonna be reading TikToks.
Next week I gotta sit down and pull up the Google Drive so I can
what
Rico wrote because he was yelling at me.
Why didn't
My
y'all
fault.
say
I was
they got
supposed
the
to
blue
read it.
shoes in here?
They would have gotten $1 in a tip fucking with me, child.
It's the shoes actually glowing for me.
I'm
That's
in
what's
team no
exciting.
tip. That's crazy. It was mainly voice memos. I didn't see no voice memos. All I saw was y'all typing out these long paragraphs. Once I saw the paragraphs, I stopped scrolling, baby. I ain't even gonna lie. And you sure have it, Miss. I'm gonna read
You
it.
said
You gonna stop spraying me with my own words like that with your disrespectful ass. Rude. Shit. So rude.
Fa-
I'm still supportive. You ain't
fa-
gotta be
fa-
mean like that. That's rude. Don sitting up at Applebee's and all we doing is shitting on Applebee's while he's sitting up there eating at the restaurant.
Applebee's.
Don said, I don't give a damn. I'm finna eat. That's all that matters. I don't you be adding fuel to the fire. You mind your business.
All night. It is cold. Oh my gosh.
Don't you spray me with my own words. I don't need to hear what I said. I know what I said. That's all that matters. First, last, and the third. I don't want to hear that. Don't you yell at me. I'm sensitive.
First, last, and
And it's been since before the new year. I just told you I'm sensitive. I just told you. You is adding fuel. Talking about some oop. It's all good. I just haven't touched the story. Oh, I got to read it so Rico could go back in there and write again because he won't do
It's
it.
okay. I only started the first paragraph.
Don, Jesus.
oh wait, Air Force.
I told him that.
The
Some
first
progress is better than no progress.
The first paragraph is crazy. It's a good book, though.
Yeah, it got interesting, and I was like, ooh. Starting to lose focus a little bit.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm insensitive. Shit. Like, let me wait till I get my
She is
feedback.
sensitive gangster.
Shut up. No, I'm not. I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive, soft, feminine woman. I'm sensitive. Let me wait until I get my feedback and moved on to other shit in the meantime. Welfare. Though I haven't focused on none of my longer stories since like January. I don't know why. Because you've been writing songs. You've been focusing on writing music and stuff. Excuse me. Did you vacuum over there?
No, not till I'm about to.
I need some milk.
You need some milk.
Can I have a big cup of milk, please?
Use or something.
All right, y'all. I've been on here for 2 hours. I'm finna skedaddle up out of here. I was like, what if I don't like it? And I said, then I'm sure I'll hear why you didn't. And he said, oh, hell. I actually liked it. And there's not a lot of, and it's no shame, I just don't read a lot of LGBTQ plus books, but Rico got it structured to where that's not the central focus. It's a part of the story, but it's not all of it. The zombie part I hate, but I hate zombies in anything, but it's still a good story either way. I am interested because he don't make the zombies like regular boring ass zombies. He gave them unique features and they have unique mutations, and he's very, very, very creative with how he wrote it. And I was reading, I was like, well, what happened after this? And he was just like, I ain't wrote it yet. I said, well, chop, chop, bitch. And now I ain't read the rest of it. He wrote more, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm supposed to be doing something. Fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow. Then I go live and Rico be right there. Did you read my book? No. No, sir, I did not. I'm like, you were supposed to be reading it 5 weekends ago. I'm like, please, I'm sensitive. Do not drag me like this. It's a little messy. It's a little messy, but I like the mess. I chose that one because I was like, well, I won't even have to flesh out the zombies for real. And then I went and fleshed them out anyway. Did. It's a good book. The first couple chapters I read were good. I will read it all the way through. I got books in here I ain't read yet that I paid for. A whole stack of them in here that I haven't read yet. I still gotta finish reading Becky's book and do the podcast for my YouTube channel for that. Child, I got a lot of work to do. But then I wake up in the morning and I'll be in here and I'll do a little bit of work and then I procrastinate. I think I low-key got ADHD because I go from one thing to the next. My brain, she don't focus. But anywhoosies. Wait, so what type of book is it? Hold on, Hiram. But I wrote this song about how the current regime, like those that came before, is built to implode. And because I've been watching Yellow Jackets, I've been reading up on cannibalism in media. I don't like reading about cannibalism. That freaks me out. The book is about the world being overrun by these really unique zombies. And they've learned to cope and live with them, kind of like The Last of Us, but they're not fungi zombies. And then there's a guy and he has a brother and he's dating somebody in their militia. And they come across the brother while they out in the elements, and that all intertwines together. There's a whole backstory with the brothers, a whole situation. And Rico wrote it. The way he wrote it, it was well written because it makes you want to understand what the issue is with the brothers and what's all that about. Like, you really do want to deep dive into the story when you read it. He wrote it very, very, very well. It's not him or the book, it's me and my procrastination. Because I will read a book and be hella involved in the book, and then I'll put it down and I won't go back to the book for months and months. That's just me personally. That has nothing to do with Rico. But because he was writing it and I was giving him feedback on the story, he was waiting on the feedback after he wrote some more chapters, and I never went back to touch it. And in that time frame, he got some writer's block. So he moved on to something else, and I told him to take some time away from it and then go back to the story later.
Gotcha, bitch. She tricked you.
He said, the symbolism has it, and so I used that and wrote about how fascist regimes are built to cannibalize themselves, and I titled it Cannibalism as a Plot Device. So he said, well, the dude is dating his estranged older brother's best friend. They was best buds in the Marines, and when they grew estranged, the older brother asked his friend to look out for his younger brother, and now they're dating. Ah, okay, that book sounds interesting. It is interesting.
Okay.
It is interesting. I don't mind the story, the gayness. I don't
Sounds
mind the
very
gayness.
homosexual.
Yeah. It's a good story. It's a little messy. He don't have no spice in there. So if you're looking for that spice, Rico not go deep dive into that. As far as I read, he didn't. For the most part, it's a nice little book. It's a good book, especially if you like zombie stuff. It's a good book. Yeah. But anyways, maybe one day I'll read it. I'll go live and read it. If it's on a Saturday like this and I don't have nothing to do, I'll read it. I know Rico probably gonna be embarrassed, but he shouldn't be because it's a good book. But I'll go live and read it. He said it's not forbidden, but it's deaf an awkward situation. It's a good book. If he lets me, I'll read it live for y'all and y'all can see for yourselves. But any whoosies, I'm gonna get my black ass out of here. If Rico give me the thumbs up, I'll read it on live next week on Saturday if I don't have nothing to do. And then I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for, he said, I will be embarrassed, but I'll love it at the same time. I will read it. I'll read it because it's a good book. It's not bad at all. Yeah. Do it. Okay, so next week I'll come back live and we'll read Rico's book next week. I gotta make sure I still have it on my Google Drive. But we're gonna read Rico's book next week on Saturday. Friday, we're gonna do SmackDown Convo. Wednesday is Freestyle Wednesday. So if y'all got questions or topics y'all want to talk about, y'all need to get y'all stuff together now. You can put it in the channel chat over on Instagram. If you think you're gonna forget it and you want to talk about it, you can put it over there. Or you can just wait till Wednesday, keep it in your phone, and we'll talk about it all together on Wednesday. All right. I will see y'all Monday. Have a good night. Love y'all.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.